I am so happy and grateful. All is now in the past. Every bad memory is forgotten. All the pain from the past has been healed. I am free from the past. I am free from pain. I am free from insecurity. I am free from anxiety. I am free from negative and triggering thoughts. I no longer think about the past, and I no longer identify with the past. I am a new creation. I am now immune to all hurt and resentment. I am at peace. I am at peace with myself. I am a new person. I am a completely new version of myself. And I have a new mindset. I have a new identity. I have been made new. I am whole. I am complete. And I am lacking nothing.
Blessings and abundance, everyone, and welcome to the therapy room. I am Anna, your wellness therapist and manifestation coach. I help women heal to manifest happiness and joy in everyday life. So I pray that everyone is doing well. I pray that you are feeling well in your body, in your mind, and in your soul. Blessings to everyone joining me live, and for those of you that would watch the replay, you are warmly welcome here. I pray that you are doing your affirmations and working on your therapy treatments. I look forward to seeing you at my therapy office tomorrow, those of you that are coming tomorrow, and those of you that are booked for next week. I look forward to seeing you and helping you and working through your situations with you. So tonight we are talking about enhancing the quality of your life in 2024 through healthy relationships. Okay, so we're talking about enhancing the quality of your life in 2024 with healthy relationships. All right, so I've got a few points here for you, and I pray that you are blessed. I pray that these keys bless your life, and it helps to enhance your life in your relationships, whether it be marriage, whether it be relationships with a group, whether it be work colleagues, relationships with your friends, on your jobs. We all have relationships in every facet of our life, and so I'm very sure that we all can do with enhancing our relationships. So number one, when we're talking about enhancing our life with healthy relationships, number one, write this down: learn to manage your emotions. Learn to manage your emotions. And as you know, in working with people in the mental health department, it is all about helping people manage their feelings, their thoughts, and their emotions. Helping people change negative thoughts and emotions into positive ones. And so in order for you and for me to be able to have healthy relationships or to maintain healthy relationships, we must be able to first master or at least manage our emotions. So write that down. Learn to manage your emotions. In other words, what am I saying? Work on your trigger points, right? So I'll give you some ideas, some keys, what it means to manage your emotions. Identify the people that are healthy for your growth and development. So as we are moving into 2024, this is what you want to do. This is what I want you to do. This is what I also have to do. I do this every year, right? Or every other couple of months. Identify the people that are healthy for your growth and for your development. So remember, we are human beings, and we have a soul, we live in a body, and we are spirit beings as well. And spirit is always for fuller and more meaningful expression. In other words, your soul's desire is to grow and to expand and to become the best possible version of yourself. So in order to do that, you must be surrounded with people that contribute to your growth and your development. No man is an island. No one can do it by themselves. All throughout our lives, from the stages of preschool coming straight up, we needed mentors in our lives. So some of the people that I have identified that would contribute to your growth and your development is like spiritual mentors, right? So you've got spiritual mentors, you've got teachers, you've got prayer partners for those of you that are spiritually inclined, you got friends. So these are some of the people that would contribute to your growth and your development, right? So that's point number one. Learn to manage your emotions. Surround yourself or identify the people that are healthy for your growth and your development. That's what you want to do, because in order to become all that you are supposed to become, you need healthy relationships. I want you to write this down. Someone write this down. I need healthy relationships. You gotta write that down. I need healthy relationships, right? Each and every one of us, that's what we need, healthy relationships. Okay? So the second point that I want to identify tonight, in order to enhance the quality of our life, identify the people that are unhealthy for your development. Now, it's easy identifying that, right? It's probably much more easy identifying the people that are unhealthy. So write this down. Identify the people that are unhealthy for your growth and your development. And what do you want to do with this group of people? Distance yourself. Distance yourself. So what are you doing? Identifying the people that are unhealthy for your growth and your development, and distance yourself. Now, I can already imagine you guys are probably saying, well, Anna, what if the person that is unhealthy for my growth is my spouse, right? What if I'm having a really challenging season of my life and I feel as though my spouse is like poison to my soul? Okay, that's all right. There's something called, this is what I would tell people in therapy. There's something called clearly communicating your needs. All right? So if the person that is unhealthy for your soul happens to be your spouse or happens to be a family member that lives at your house, what do you do in a case like that? You are to clearly identify your needs. I do not know what you want if you never say what you want, right? How can a person be able to deal with you, right, or honor your boundaries if you never set your boundaries? So if you never set boundaries, then it is going to be easy for people to be able to take advantage of you, or you may feel abused, or you may feel triggered off by certain things that people will do. So clearly identify your boundaries. All right? So we're talking about identifying the people that are unhealthy for our growth and our development. And for 2024, you got to distance yourself. You got to make up in your mind that you are going to distance yourself from this grouping of people. If for any reason this is family members and your family members are living in the same compound and you got to deal with them every day, it's fine. But you must clearly identify your needs. I have seen over the years so many family members take advantage of their own people that stand with them, people that support them. Why is this? Because you have allowed that to some extent. You can complain and complain and complain as much as you want about a disrespectful family member, but you have to set up healthy boundaries. I want you to write that down. I must set up healthy boundaries. I am the one to set up healthy boundaries. You got to set up healthy boundaries so that people will know they can come this far, but they are not to cross this line. There is a line here, and you are not to cross that line. If you cross this line, we're going to have a conversation about that, because I have clearly communicated that you can come this far, but no further. You can utilize this thing that belongs to me if it's in the family home, but no further than that, right? So you have to clearly communicate your boundaries. What may be boundaries for you, it may not be boundaries for someone else. Someone else may just think that they have every right. They have every right to bombard your room or bombard your place or bombard your things or bombard or take whatever they want whenever they want. And that is absolutely wrong. That is absolutely wrong. But not everyone can understand healthy boundaries, right? So, in order to avoid miscommunication amongst the family member, you have to establish healthy boundaries, and you have to clearly communicate what is right and what is not right. Okay? Clearly communicated. Do you know what I've noticed? Some people complain about things that family members are doing to them, and yet they will not speak directly to the family member and say, I do not appreciate this. Stop it. It is wrong. And sometimes this happens where people are afraid to speak to their family members. Sometimes because women have deep hurt, and so they are accustomed to being pushed over, they're accustomed to being taken advantage of, so they just allow the disrespect to continue. That in itself is an indication that you as the person need to heal, right? Remember, we're talking about enhancing the quality of our life for 2024. Well, in order to enhance the quality of your life, you have to be able to determine healthy relationships from unhealthy relationships. And if the unhealthy relationships are your family members, then you have to come to a place where you establish healthy boundaries. You must clearly communicate your desires. Clearly communicate your needs. Clearly communicate the boundaries. Be sure to tell the family member or the loved one, this is how far it goes, no further. And if you come to a place where you are afraid to clearly communicate those boundaries, then it means to say you are somewhat hypocritical. You are a person that have an unbalanced scale. Your scales of justice is unbalanced. And when your scales of injustice is unbalanced concerning right from wrong, the same way that you allow injustices to happen in your home or in your family, in your surroundings, it is the same injustice that you will give to the world. Because what you cannot correct in your own life, you will not be able to correct it in someone else's life. You will not be able to correct it at your office. You will see injustices in the world and it would not be a big deal for you because your scales of justice is unbalanced, right? You have accepted unhealthy behavior as normal, right? And so the good news about this is that anyone can change. It is never too late to correct unhealthy and unethical behaviors in the home or in the family dynamic or in the relationship, right? It's never too late to correct unhealthy and unethical behavior. Why do I say this? Because charity begins at home. I want someone to write that down. Charity begins at home. So whatever you allow in your family dynamic to happen, whatever injustice or unhealthiness that you allow to happen in your family dynamic, you will have that same standard for dealing with other relationships in your area of influence, right? Because charity begins at home. So you cannot try to correct something on the outside of the family dynamic without first correcting your injustices or your unhealthy, areas in your own family dynamic, right? So these are just some things for us to understand. Remember, we're going into 2024. I'm here to help you heal your soul. I'm here to help you to show you the areas where you are weak at and where you should be working on, and so that you can become better human beings. Remember, it's not enough to just be spiritual, because what I have noticed over the years is that people can cover so much unhealthy family dynamics under the veils of spirituality, and that's not right. We can cover pains. Women do that. They cover pains under spiritual veils. They cover injustices under spiritual veils. Women cover abuse under spiritual veils. They cover disrespect under spiritual veils. And so I am here to gently remove those veils so that you can do self-introspection to see the areas where healing has to happen, right? So we're going into 2024 and we want to establish healthy relationships. We want to establish a healthy family dynamic for ourselves and for those that we mentor. If you're a spiritual leader, if you're a minister in some regard, you want to be able to give good advice, because firstly you are taking that advice for yourself. All right, so I gave you 2 points there. Point number 1 was learn to manage your emotions by identifying the people that are healthy for your growth and development. And I told you those people were like spiritual mentors, teachers, friends, people that you are taking classes with, or you're doing an online course with, prayer partners. These are people, healthy people, right? Your doctor, your gym instructor, your fitness coordinator, all these fall under healthy people, right? The point number 2 was identify the people that are unhealthy for your growth and your development. And what I told you to do was distance yourself. So if it's people outside of the family dynamic, that's easy, right? Just distance yourself. Just if you're on social media, distance yourself. You don't have to be connected to unhealthy people on social media. Do you know how many people I just unfriend on a daily basis? Countless, because their timelines and the energy that they send out into the world, it is very unhealthy for my growth and my development. I don't need my eyes seeing all those crazy things. I don't want those crazy things entering into my spirit. I'm a woman on a mission to help heal 1 million women, to help 1 million women to heal their souls and to level up, to step into new businesses, to generate income for their family, and to really live a life of purpose and meaning. So I don't have time. I don't allow people on social media to dump their trash on me. So you have to look at life that way. When people come out on social media and they're sharing and posting all sorts of crazy things that are not ethical, things with all sorts of abusive things with people beating one another, nakedness, pornographic things, that's people that are dumping their garbage. They choose social media to dump their garbage. And now here you come, picking up the garbage and sharing the garbage. I don't do that. I don't have time for that. I'm not a dumpster, so I don't allow that type of behavior. And so I just delete people as fast as they display those kinds of crazy things, right? So you have to learn that if you are committed to this journey of healing. Remember, we are on a journey of healing. We are on a mission of healing our souls, healing our minds, healing our family bloodline. Remember, I told you, women are the gatekeepers of their family bloodlines. So being a gatekeeper is a big deal. It's a big responsibility. If you are the gatekeeper of your family bloodline, then you gotta know what goes in and you gotta know what has to go out. You are the one. You are the one that is standing at the gate of your family bloodline. Why do I say it's women, right? Women are the gatekeepers. Because we are the creation centers. We are the ones that bring forth life into the home. Our husbands and our spouses, their duty is to go out into the field, generate income, work, and bring in that finances so that we can take that and nurture life. That is what women do. And big shout out to all the hardworking women that are, going out to your secular jobs, working. If you're a CEO, you run your own business, big shout out to you. So you gotta work, but you also gotta come back home and nurture a loving and warm home and family dynamic. That means that there is a great responsibility that is placed upon the woman to nurture life. Do you know that as a woman, you have the power to literally nurture a family home and people in the home to grow and blossom and heal? Or you can literally tear it down, right? We can literally tear down our own family members. We can block them from achieving their goals and achieving their dreams and all of that. But I believe I'm talking to really great women, and so I really believe that this is going to help us. So as the gatekeepers of our family bloodline, we only want what is best to come into the family home and to come into the family dynamic. We want what is best. We want what is healthy. We want what is right. We want what is just. We want what is truthful. So I'm going to give you some more points on relationships. How to foster and how to develop healthy relationships for 2024. You notice I'm not even saying this yet. For 2024, because this is going to take some of you time. You need time to be able to determine exactly your approach, how you're going to approach the unhealthy dynamic and how you're going to root it out. Some of these behaviors in your family dynamics, it has to be rooted out. You cannot go into 2024 with such unhealthy behavior. Do you know why? It's going to take a toll on you mentally. It's going to take a toll on you psychologically, spiritually, and financially. when you do not stop unhealthy behaviors in your life, it takes a toll on you financially. Somebody ends up paying for damages that they did not incur. That is what happens when a woman does not handle the unhealthiness in the family dynamic. Write that down. Someone ends up paying for damages that they did not incur. So there is no gain in harboring unhealthy relationships. There is only losses. Losses all around. Losses come all around when we do not try to heal our, relationships, right? Someone ends up paying for damages they did not incur. And so that, for 2024, I do not want that to be you, and I definitely do not want that to be me. Remember, we are all on this journey of healing and growing, advancing, and prospering. 2024 is going to be a big year for many of you. I told you this. I see you prospering. I see you growing. I see you increasing. And I see you stepping into a whole new season of wealth and abundance. All right? So I'm just helping you clean up the little areas. All right? So your homework is to begin to identify. Someone write this down, because I'm giving you all this coaching and you gotta take away the points. Take away the key points now. Write down your homework. Identify the people that are unhealthy for my growth and development. Write that down. Homework. Right? You know I don't just come on here to give you all these wonderful, really transformative tools and then leave you alone. So I give homework, okay? So write down your homework. Identify the people that are unhealthy for my growth and development. I'll give you a minute to write that down. I've got some more content coming. I've got a lot more to say to you. Get that homework up on the screen so that we all can grow together. All right? So that's what you are doing. Those of you that belong to World Harvest, when I see you on Saturday, you can bring your list into me and I'll be happy to review it. If you need advice how to handle some of those cases and some of those relationships, I can give you that advice if I see you on Saturday. No later than Saturday. Bring your list in and I'm going to review it and I'll give you some quick advice. All right? Very good. Thank you, Chandra. I see it on the screen. So that's the homework. I want you, if you want your life to go to another level in 2024, my sisters, that is the advice right there. That's the key right there. That's one of the major keys right there. Now, when you begin to identify those people, what did I say? Distance yourself. Delete, unfollow, or block. Delete, unfollow, block. Write that down. This is no joke. Delete, unfollow the group, or block. Delete, unfollow, or block. It's as simple as that. Take your power back. Take your life back. It's time to heal your soul for real. It's time to clean up your inboxes, clean up your social media, clean up your soul so that you can focus on you, so that you can focus on doing the things that are important for you in 2024. Delete, unfollow, block. Okay? Thank you, Shanti. I see that homework on the screen. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. All right? And as I told you, if it's your spouse that you need to distance yourself from, there's a way to handle, disturbances in the marriage. Call my office. book an appointment, and I will be happy to sit and talk with you how you can go about setting healthy boundaries between you and your spouse. Okay, and this is a team effort, so it's you and your spouse. You can book the appointment. There's a particular cost for single therapies, and there's another cost for couples therapy. So whichever one category you choose to fall in, it's fine, but just come in and I will help you to be able to clearly communicate your needs to your spouse. Very important. It is not a form of making trouble by saying that you want to clearly communicate your needs to your spouse. It is actually a very healthy part of any fully functioning relationship. All right? So I want you to understand this. In your family dynamic, in your marriage, in your groups, if you belong to a company, if you have employees, and it seems as though that person is difficult to change, or you believe that that person is just a troublemaker and they're just not going to change, this is what I want to tell you, right? Change is possible and anyone can change. Write that down. Change is possible. Anyone can change. Write it down. Change is possible. It's possible and anyone can change. Change can happen quickly or over a period of time. Okay? So if you are dealing with someone and you think that they are very unhealthy for your mental health, very unhealthy for your growth, very unhealthy for your your mental clarity and focus, trust me, that person can change, because change is possible and anyone can change. Thank you, Pastor Kathleen. I see it on the screen. Anyone can change. Change is absolutely possible. Change can happen quickly or over a period of time. There are some people, however, if they do not choose to change based on your advice, there are people that choose to change based on they must burn to learn. I know it sounds, sort of harsh, right? But it is the truth. So write that down. Some people will change with advice, and others will change by burning to learning. They must burn to learn. And this is what happens when someone has a mental block. If a person has a mental block or a mental ailment, they are showing signs of a mental ailment, or their mental health is going down. That person will not hardly ever listen to you. They will hardly ever want to listen to a therapist. That person must then burn to learn. And life has set it up that way, that there are people that just are stubborn, hard-hearted. They sometimes seem to have a mental block. They don't want to listen. They display behaviors of that they know it all, but they really don't know anything. People like that have to burn to learn. And that is actually a very clinical response to people that do not want to change. They have to hit rock bottom. Right? This is very factual now. They must hit rock bottom in order to awaken. So their soul is sleeping, and nothing that you say makes a difference. Nothing that the therapist say will make a difference. Nothing that a spiritual leader may say to them can make a difference. The way that life will now intervene to help bring this person back to the side of sanity is by allowing that person to hit a rock bottom. So that person has to hit a rock bottom in order to wake up. Now, we can all identify to what I'm saying. We all can identify some time in our lives where we would have hit a rock bottom. And tell me if I am wrong, but didn't that hitting the rock bottom wake you up and give you a new set of focus and alignment to life? That's what hitting a rock bottom does. It is not entirely bad per se, unless it's something really bad, like the person has to face some kind of prison time or something, right? Now that's really bad. But even in that prison experience, the prison experience have proven time and time again that it is one of the most, I probably want to say effective, it is one of the most proven ways that people wake up and snap back into reality. It's just the facts, right? So we all would have hit rock bottom at some point in time in our life. I remember when I had hit rock bottom. I had hit rock bottom when I lost all of my monies. Well, I invested my monies and the monies wasn't coming in as fast as I thought that it would have come in, and I did not have enough money to pay my bills. I ran out of money. I didn't have any money to pay my rent, and I ended up losing my home, and I had nowhere to live. I hit rock bottom because of financial mismanagement. And so because of that financial mismanagement and because of my homelessness, I became homeless. I had nowhere to live. Because of me hitting rock bottom and becoming homeless for that period of time, I snapped back into reality. What happened to me in rock bottom was it made me realize that I had a poverty consciousness. And so I snapped out of the poverty stupor, and I snapped out of the mismanagement of finances in terms of, that spirit of poverty. It's a really dangerous spirit. I swear, it's dangerous. And the purpose of the poverty spirit is to render you homeless. I don't know, some of you all may have heard me teach that message, that the spirit of poverty comes to render you homeless. It really is true. I preach it from my own experience, right? So I snapped out of the poverty consciousness and I awoke. I became awakened. And so I awakened to the reality that God does not want us poor, and God does not want us walking around with the spirit of poverty or the poverty consciousness. So when I talk about things like that, it's not in any way to make anyone feel bad or hurt or anything. I am speaking from my life's experience. And so the minute that I made the decision, when I snapped out of my spirit of poverty stupor, I made the decision to begin going to wealth classes. I did financial management studies. I did business management courses. I did sales and marketing courses. And I did a whole lot of things. And intellectually, I began to strengthen my mind, strengthen my heart, and strengthen my soul for the comeback. And do you know what we always say? The comeback is greater than the setback. And here I am today. I rebounded from that financial collapse, having to pay close to $750,000 back in all sorts of loans that my previous marriage had left me in, paid off all those debts on my own, went forward in my global organization, touching nations, inspiring families, and helping transform and heal the souls of women around the world. So my comeback was greater than my setback. But thank God I snapped out of the stupor, right? Thank God I learned the skills of money management, right? Thank God I did, so that I'm standing today and I have a beautiful family. I have beautiful leaders that surround me. I always like to say I have the best team. I have the best armor bearers. I have the best intercessors and partners that stand and hold up my hand and are cheering me on in this global call to awaken 1 million women around the world. So thank you to every one of you that know yourselves, right? I love you all, and tons of blessings to you. So I'm on a mission. I'm on a mission, and I cannot be stopped, because I paid a very difficult price to learn that lesson, right? I paid a very high price to learn the lessons of financial integrity, financial structures, budgeting, financial management. I paid a very high price, right? And you know, there is a saying that they say the higher you have to go, it's the deeper your roots got to go, right? So the deeper that you go, it's the higher that you're able to climb. And so I really, thanking God for my sanity. I got my sanity back, queens. I don't know about anyone else, but I've been mad and I've been sane. And I know what I'm telling you. Being sane is better. Being in your right mind is so much better. Being on the mountaintop, healed, whole, mentally, spiritually, financially, it's way better than being on the mountaintop and you're all over the place. Because when you're on the mountaintop, trust me, the air is thin up here. The air is thin on the mountaintop. And if you are not mentally equipped to handle all the different elements that would come, I'm telling you, it can be a really challenging time, right? So this is why I am committed to helping women heal their souls, because many of you got so much greatness. Your businesses are about to boom off in 2024. Your marriage is about to go to a whole nother level in 2024. Your relationships, some singles, some of you, your relationships is the dynamic that God is going to use to bring back your wealth and prosperity into your life. So much amazing things is coming into your life, but you got to be healed totally. You got to get rid of unhealthy ways, unhealthy behaviors, unhealthy mindsets, unhealthy relationships, right? So that's point number 2. So I was saying, all change is possible. If I could have changed from my negative thinking, I could have changed from poverty consciousness. I could have changed from trying to do everything on my own to accepting the help of others and partnering with others. I changed. I am a totally changed woman today. Healed, totally healed. My mind is focused, my heart is open, and I am ready for all the growth and expansion that is coming my way. All change is possible. Anyone can change. Change can happen quickly or over a period of time. 2 ways that people change: through the advice and mentorship of others, or by burning to learning, right? And of course, as I said, burning to learning really works. Yeah, I'm a living testimony of that. Burning to learning really works. Now, if someone is burning and they're not learning, oh my goodness, I don't know what to say. We just really have to pray. They might be the whole mental department all by themselves, right? Because trust me, those 2 ways, it really works. Advice of mentors and advice from senior people, or burning to learning. So you choose which way you want to learn, right? So there is a prayer that I wrote for us. We all know this prayer, and I think that this prayer is so appropriate, right? This prayer is so appropriate. And this is what the prayer is. It says, God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Everybody knows that prayer, right? It's the serenity prayer. And it is said that the AA, the Alcoholics Anonymous, they have adopted this prayer for recovering alcoholics. So I just felt like sharing that prayer with you because it's a prayer with such wisdom. You got to know the difference in people. So in order to enhance the quality of your life in 2024, you have to know the difference between healthy relationships and unhealthy relationships, right? This is vitally important. It's vitally important. It is vitally important for you to know the difference. If you are a woman that is desiring growth and expansion, and you are not able to differentiate healthy from unhealthy, then something is wrong and you need to call my office, book an appointment. I'm going to help you do that, because you cannot function in a world that is filled with good people and bad people and think that everyone is healthy or think that everyone is unhealthy. Because just as there is unhealthy people, there is also healthy people. So you gotta be able to determine, you gotta be able to put people in their rightful groups. Write that down. Put people in their rightful groups. Put people in their rightful groups, okay? So that's just what you have to learn. As we continue to grow and heal and develop, we are enhancing the quality of our life for 2024 with meaningful relationships. Meaningful relationships. All right? So in every relationship, there is supposed to be healthy balance. Write that down. In every relationship, there's supposed to be healthy balance, right? So we are all supposed to find that place of equilibrium where there is healthy balance. And what does healthy balance mean? Healthy balance entails giving and receiving. I'm going to give you some points now concerning healthy relationships for the singles that are going to get married in 2024. Yes. Many of my singles under the sound of my voice, your marriage is going to happen in 2024. So I'm going to give you some tips for maintaining healthy relationships. I want you healed and ready for your marriage. No playing games around here. I'm number one. I did my healing. I have done my inner work. And I am all open and ready for all the goodness, all the graciousness, all the blessings that's coming my way. You got to be ready for 2024. If you're married and you're believing for restoration, it is coming. It is happening right now. But you got to understand what is healthy in the relationship and what is not healthy, so that you can weed out the unhealthy behavior, so that you can have a really good quality life in 2024. So in every relationship, there's supposed to be healthy balance, healthy balance, healthy balance, right? No one who wants to be in a relationship and there is no balance. Think about it. Think about it. No one wants to be in a relationship and there is no balance. It's unfair. It's like saying, I'm entering this relationship, but I expect injustice. And it's okay for injustices to happen. You know, it's like some one of you have a mental problem that needs correcting. Because who wants to go into a relationship and there is no healthy balance? Somebody is mentally not right. It is wrong on all facets. It is wrong on the human right aspect. It is wrong if you're a spiritual person. It is wrong just naturally for the family dynamic to be in a relationship and it is unbalanced. It is just wrong on all levels, and we have to stand against it. We cannot endorse unhealthy behaviors, right? So people in psychology, they have taught us something, right? Permit me to share it with you. People's bad treatment towards you is an expression of the way that they treat themselves. You can write that down. I know that's a deep statement that I just said, but it is really clinically proven. People's bad treatment towards you, it is an indication of the way that they treat themselves. So if I accept injustices for myself, or if I grew up in an abusive family dynamic where injustices were acceptable and I was made to accept injustice as a natural part of life, then I am good. That is what I know. That is the natural behavior that is imprinted on my DNA and in my bloodline. So that's what I'm going to serve the world, injustices. When I show up, you see me show up, you show up in the world, you're going to show up as one that endorses injustices, because that is what was imprinted in your family bloodline and in your soul. That is in your soul DNA. But the good news is we can all heal our souls. This is my point. We can all heal our souls. We can all destroy limiting beliefs, and we can all step into the really rich, abundant, prosperous, healthy life that God has for us. All right? So people's bad treatments towards you, it is an indication of the way that they treat themselves. So never take offense when people are being really mean towards you, or bitter towards you, or acting crazy towards you, unless, of course, unless you are the one that is the troublemaker, right? But I'm talking here about the unhealthy person directing negativity towards you. So think about it, right? People's negative responses towards you, it is an indication of what's going on in their souls, right? And so this is why I say any woman can heal their souls. Do you know something? A person knows when their soul is out of alignment. They know it. When you isolate yourself, or let's say there is a woman or a person and she's unhealthy, right? When that person isolates themselves in their spaces, that person knows very well when their soul is out of alignment and they are projecting negativity into the world. Every person knows this. No one has to convince you. If you're a negative person, no one has to convince you and tell you you're a negative person. You would know you're a negative person. Because when you lay down at night, those negative thoughts go around and around in your mind, and it speaks back to you. Remember, you are not the thoughts. The thoughts come from the matrix, and you're hearing the thoughts. You know very well those are negative thoughts. So if anyone can know when they are in need of healing and when they need to get rid of certain thoughts and come back into alignment, right? So all that was under point number 2, right? Identifying unhealthy people and how to deal with unhealthy people, right? Point number 3, let's talk about healthy relationships now. So we've spoken a lot about unhealthy, all right? If you're a person and you need counsel, call my office and book an appointment. I'll be happy to sit with you and chat with you regarding dealing with unhealthy people in your life. Let's go to point number 3. How enhancing the quality of your life for 2024 with meaningful or healthy relationships, right? So let's talk about healthy relationships. Healthy relationships involves honesty, trust, respect, open communications, kindness, empathy, forgiveness. So I've given you a whole lot of keys here to give you an indication if you believe you are in a healthy relationship. So you can just begin to, do some introspection to see if you think you are in a healthy relationship with your partner or not. Singles that are on their way to be married in 2024, you can begin taking this wisdom into consideration when you begin dating your future spouse. Okay, I'll give you those keys again. Healthy relationships involve honesty, trust, respect, open communications, kindness, empathy, and forgiveness. These are some of the keys that makes up the dynamic of a healthy relationship, right? Those are some of the dynamics. And I want to now show you, right? I want to show us a little bit about the difference, the correlation between an unhealthy relationship or a healthy relationship and an abusive relationship, right? Remember, I'm helping women heal their souls. So there are some women don't even know if they are in an abusive relationship. They just accept it as part of life. It has become a normal part of life. And when a woman accepts abuse as a normal part of life, it becomes embedded in her soul. Her soul goes off balance, her femininity goes off balance, and then she becomes someone that serves that same abuse to the world without even knowing it, right? It just happens because that's what she has been receiving, and that is what is now embedded in her soul, right? And without her even knowing, she then begins, that woman that is in that abusive family dynamic begins to display these abusive qualities. Now remember, you don't ever want to be a woman bringing the abuse to anyone or serving abuse to anyone. Do you want to be an abuser? No, you don't. Neither do you want to be on the side of being the one being abused. So you don't want to fall in the category of being abused, and you do not also want to fall in the category of serving abuse or giving abuse or becoming the abuser, right? Yep. Why don't I give you some wind? Let's do some wind chimes. All right, so let's see. It's the manifestation room, right? So let me give you some key points here. Probably if I have time tomorrow, I'm going to put it up. All right? So I gave you some key points regarding the healthy relationships and what healthy relationships should look like. Let's talk about the abusive relationship. Abuse is occurring in a relationship when one partner is communicating in a hurtful or threatening way. Write that down. You are in an abusive relationship when a partner is communicating in a hurtful or threatening way, right? So it could be verbal abuse, God forbid, it could be physical abuse, it could be financial abuse in terms of monies being withheld from another partner. This is a form of abuse. So if you find that you are in a relationship such as this, call my office and come and see me, and we're going to sit and chat. I'm going to try my best to help you. If for any reason you are in an abusive relationship that is really far gone in terms of physical abuse and you feel your life feels threatened, then you must report that to the relevant authorities. You have to report it to your local authorities. There is no therapist that can intervene in any abusive relationship that is posing a threat to someone's life, right? There's no therapist. No therapist can do anything about that. No prayer person can do anything about that. No best friend can do anything about such an abusive relationship. My advice to you is you must report that to your local authorities if your life is threatened in any way, form, or fashion, right? So you want to watch that, right? Singles that are getting ready to be married next year, you want to watch that. You want to listen to the tone of voice in the man that you will begin to date. If you're dating a man, you want to listen to his tone of voice. You want to see the kind of things he supports. You want to be able to feel safe, right, in this person's arms. So you got to watch that. You got to listen to the way that they speak to you, because their language is going to say a lot. If you're married and you're already having to deal with someone like this, that person can change. As I told you, anyone can change. Anyone can change, right? So we are healing our souls, and I'm here to help you. Anyone can change. Let's talk about the abusive relationships a bit more, right? If you're in an abusive relationship, abuse takes place when one partner is mistreating the other. Write that down. When one partner is mistreating the other. Now, mistreating can fall in many different ways. Mistreating does not only fall under, let's say, the spouse, the male, mistreating the female. I have seen many relationships where the wife is the one that is mistreating the husband. Yes, some of you all know. You know that's true. The wife is mistreating the husband, right? So when a woman begins to mistreat her husband, you know for a fact that there is some form of emotional wounding that is in their souls, and with time the healing will come. But the healing doesn't happen on its own. The healing has to be accompanied with a supportive, loving support system. Sometimes that means close family, close friends. It can mean your therapist who is skilled or experienced to hold space for such a dynamic, right? Sometimes we can find solace or find comfort in the wrong type of family. If you are a married woman and you are having problems in the marriage, or you're doing therapy and you're believing for the therapy to work, the therapy will only work as much as you are surrounding yourself with the right people who will speak the right words. Words that will help you become better and not bitter. When you surround yourself with the wrong people or the wrong family members, they can give you the wrong advice. And their advice can be very, very poisonous to your restoration and your healing, right? Do you know what something I have seen in times with speaking to many couples is that a lot of married women will say that, you know, everyone is telling me I should break up. Everyone is telling me I should divorce. Everyone is telling me I should leave this man. When in fact, the man is really a good man with just problems with the wife. So there is just problems on both sides, and problems can be worked out. But here comes people coming now, giving the wrong advice, trying to break apart something that God never said break apart. Wrong advisors, right? So just remember that, those of you in therapy, taking therapy with me, be mindful of the people that you are listening to, because they can give wrong advice and make you bitter instead of better, right? So that's so you want to check that. We all want to check that. Be sure that we are not mistreating anyone, mistreating people. We also have seen this in not only in marriage where abuse is taking place in terms of mistreatment. We can say for a fact that we have seen this in spiritual relationships where there is spiritual abuse, right? And in the name of religion in the world today, how many people know this? We are seeing where religious people from any walk of life in terms of religion, we are seeing where religious people are using their offices to take advantage of others. That's a form of abuse as well, right? That's also a form of abuse. In the workspace, we can also identify unhealthy and abusive relationships in terms of managers abusing, like verbally abusing employees, right? What about supervisors or managers giving more work or overworking an employee, right? Or speaking down to an employee? That is also a form of abuse in a relationship, and it falls under unhealthy relationship, right? That is also a form of abuse and mistreatment. And this is why in the world today, in a lot of sectors, secular jobs, they have the unions where they can go to their union rep and they can get their union rep to defend them. So in the secular world, there is such a thing as injustices at the workplace, right? You call it workplace injustice. So just as there is workplace injustices, don't you think it's only fitting? It also must have marital injustices. There is such a thing as marital injustices, and these marital injustices is what undermines the very fabric of a healthy dynamic in the marriage. Mistreatment. The wife mistreating the spouse, the husband, or the husband mistreating the wife, right? Another form of abuse in relationships is, write this down, accusing the other partner of cheating when it is untrue. Now, I have seen this time and time again, where women that are wanting to get out of a marriage, wanting to break apart their marriage just to have freedom and be on their own and all of that, right? Where women begin to say, my husband is cheating, or he better not be cheating, and they know very well that is the last thing, that's not happening. That is a form of abuse. Saying that someone is going to cheat, or bringing up this whole elusive thought, this whole making up this whole story that is fabricated to paint someone as black. That is a form of abuse. These are clinically proven, right? That's also a form of abuse. Accusing someone of cheating when it is not true. All right, so I'll give you some more tomorrow. I'll probably list it out and I'll share it for you. But the reason for sharing this information with us tonight is so that you and me and everyone that would watch the replay will understand what is unhealthy relationships and what is healthy relationships. For 2024, we're moving forward in our life. We want to move forward with healthy relationships, meaningful relationships, healthy relationships in our spiritual life, healthy relationships in our family life, healthy relationships with in our marital life, healthy relationships on the job. We want to move forward to grow and develop in our life with healthy relationships. All right, so for everyone under the sound of my voice, I gave you your homework already. Your homework was to begin to identify the people in your life that is unhealthy for your growth and your development. That's your homework, okay? Bring it on Saturday. Those of you that are going to be at World Harvest, bring it in on Saturday. Let's take a look at your list. And as I said, delete, block, unfriend. And as I told you, if these unhealthy people are your close companions, if they are your spouse, right? Well, you cannot delete and block your spouse, right? So, but there are ways to deal with, you know, bad health in your marriage and in your relationship, right? And as I told you, you must clearly communicate your boundaries. That's the way that you deal with it. Children, oh my goodness, if it's your sons or your daughters, yes, you must clearly communicate your boundaries. And I know, LaShawn, I know you're a master at this. You have learned how to deal with all the different people in your life, and you have clearly communicated your boundaries, and I'm very sure that it works well for you. And that's the way that you deal with family members that are not healthy, right? Clearly communicate your boundaries. So don't forget your homework. If you need to talk to me for any reason, I'm going to see you on Saturday. And if you need to book an appointment, just book an appointment, call, come in, and the number is on this. The number is in the info section of this channel. I'll be more than happy to chat with you and to help guide you into your journey of healing. Thank you, Prophetess Gems. Yes, Gems, you are such a wonderful, wonderful scriber tonight. Wow, she has given us the entire lesson. Thank you so much, Gems. May you receive 100-fold blessings and overflow and increase on your life. So everyone, that brings us to the end of our session for today. May the Lord bless you. May the Lord keep you, and may the Lord make his face to shine upon you. Only the best to come. 2024, we are walking into 2024 healed mentally, spiritually, emotionally, so that we can possess all the blessings, the wealth, the abundance, the restoration, the healing that life has for us. I'm telling you, it's going to be big and it's going to be major. Your life is about to level up in a more significant way. Have a wonderful evening, everyone. Shalom. Until next time, love and riches to you.